people, as you can read from the title description, the topic of analysis for today will be the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics. There we are. There, here we go, people. I have this daily ready to finish over here. I'm always stalking enemies in the black hole. It was the section I left all of my tunes at back when I logged out. I'm like a ghost. The ghost of the black hole should be my my new nickname. So yeah. Pretty much I I I I used to leave all of my tunes back in 2012, 2015 here for the dailies. It was the only daily area at the beginning, and then it was only this one and Section X, and only after that it was CC 198, which is another one that you must have seen me do. I tried to avoid that. There we go. Should have dotted that one completely better. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Done and done. Done and done and done. Let me finish the weekly there so we can get to Knights of the Fallen Empire. As I was mentioning, today we'll pretty much analyze, we will review the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics. A topic that I love analyzing in every single RPG that I analyze, pretty much, because it can be hit or miss. It can be hit or miss in that sense. If you don't get it right, then it will be the gameplay loop of your game, of your RPG in that case, can be quite terrible. It can completely destroy, ruin your game. That's why I always love analyzing this topic. I always cite as an example to begin with. I always cite as an example to begin with the. All right, we're ready. I don't have any other quests. I left everything ready. I think with these ones I will recover the companions. Then maybe I can do it by the end. I don't know what this shit is. Click to meditate. Click launch to meditate on your combat style. I don't know what that shit is. I don't know what this shit is. Runuk, whatever. I just grabbed the datacron there. So yeah, pretty much I presume it's a daily area, pretty much. So let's get to it, people. Let's get to it. We were in chapter 14, right? Where was it here? Perfect. As you can see, I did all of them on master mode. At the beginning, below 324 gear, I'm right now at 332. When I started with 258. 258. And even so, I finished back when I returned to the games 2 months ago. I finished this chapter with my sniper at 208 gear. My original gear from 2015. 208 was a rating. I finished this one on master mode at 208 rating. And then of course with my SWTOR here, we've streamed all of the chapters at 258. 258 up until here. I had the only one I couldn't complete at 258 that I got help from Bane Death. Always thanks from the bottom of my heart, Bane Death, was this one up to chapter 10. But up to chapter 9, I could do all of them at 258. 258. And this one's at 324. I've been struggling, but I could steadily advance. I could progress through them. And now finally we're at chapter 14. We were at an impasse. At pretty much, I don't know if it was by the end of it or in the middle of it. I did these 4. These 3 for now. These 4 because this one also as well. At 324 rating. And now the last 3 will be at 3:32, pretty much. Again, the cinematic triggers every time we launch it, so let's go back to Davanis. Let's go back to Davanis, the homeworld of Dreadmaster Styrak in the Great Operation. What was it? Darba? Yeah, I don't remember the name of the operation. It was the one that you played before Dread Fortress, actually. Okay, people. So, the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics is very important. It's quite important, in fact. The first thing we should point out is that, as I always mention, the worst example that I can think of is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, in which you can spam potions endlessly. Now, we'll see how MMORPGs handle this, and how Star Wars: The Republic specifically then handles it. Yeah, you can see that I always do it the same. That's the correct way of analyzing, going from the most general framework to the most specific case. That's the idea.
They level 1,000 guns against us, and still we endure. Ha!
Well done, all of you. We'll head into the factory within the hour.
There's a droid, Gemini Prime, linked to its machinery somewhere. It's key to beating the Eternal Fleet.
Take your droid, so long as we climb the weapons. Imagine the clans rearmed with the spoils of Darvenis, led by a new Mandalore. We'll break the siege of our homeworlds and smash Zaku like in the days of the Neo-Crusaders.
The Mandalorian Neo-Crusaders were beaten by the Republic.
But they left scars, and they survived.
Dream of glory another time. Go. Prepare the clans.
The Neo Mandalorians are the ones that Revan killed, pretty much.
One commander to another. Half the time, I feel like I'm making calls just to keep my people together.
Right.
At least all your troops are Mandalorians. I'm dealing with a more diverse coalition.
You're funny. Didn't think you'd be funny. Guess this is what happens when they put loners in charge. Come on, I'll show you the battle plan.
It's incredible that they created so many cinematics for this game that could perfectly be a
Get you to your droid while we smash
single-player
the
game.
loot the armories. Wish we had more detailed scans, though. In those tight corridors, it could easily end up a slaughter.
Here, my people send intel. Here, as a show of good faith. It's a pity. Well, it's not very roleplay-like for a Dreadmaster to save lives like this. But well, what are you gonna do? Okay. Hey, why are the options not centered? That's horrible. Like the symbol of is not center of dark side and light side points.
There's not a lot of trust between the Mandalorians and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe this will help.
What?
One of my agents sent factory schematics a short while ago. It should give your troops an edge.
It's a blasted lot better than nothing. All right, then. Mandalorians, prepare for battle. There's no vengeance to be found today. No droid is worth an honor killing. But we fight because we're promised a shot at the enemy fleet. We fight to claim weapons for our war. Today we march. We bleed, exhaust ourselves, and die. Because our true destination will be a battle worth winning. Follow this outsider who fights among us and seize victory! You may not be one of us, but today, the vanguard is yours.
I bet they tied this content with the release of the Mandalorian series. I bet that's kind of like Disney 101 tactic to get money, people. Tithing the the release of a movie's theme with uh, with an expansion for the game or some shit. Okay, I'm sick of moving my mouse and doing this shit. Give me the key bindings. Where's the interface? Toggle ability, toggle chat, toggle chat, toggle chat. I'm sick of this shit. Because I don't want the chat to show when a cinematic is triggered, but I do want it to show when here, probably here. Chat button? What? Open chat, there we go. Enter. No, my arse. No, this one. Let's go. Tab. Tab will work. Ah, but it doesn't toggle the panel entirely off. I want it to toggle the panel entirely off. Open chat slash what? Wait, what? No, this is for selection. It has to be toggled on and off. I always wanted to do this. Well, to hell with it. Well, to hell with it. Then I'll try to deal with it. I'll try to deal with it. All right, whatever. To hell with it. I thought it was pretty self-evident. Anyways, it's an improvement. I always wanted to do that. Was always too lazy to do. So, regarding that, and I'm generally not lazy, but regarding controls, yes. In that sense. Okay. People. Relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics. Worst case that I always cite, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I haven't played Re-Reckoning, the remastered version of it. That potentially fixed it. But in that game you could pretty much finish the whole campaign, the whole game, just by spamming potions. Doesn't matter how shitty your build was, doesn't matter how terrible you were, doesn't matter anything, you could spam potions, and that's it. Amazing animation, by the way. Amazing. They haven't fixed the camera bug yet. Amazing animation. There, the palm tree there. There we go.
On our way to the armory. Enemies thick. Security office is well guarded. Still, dude.
Ion bombs are ready. We'll demolish their assault force.
Alright, if you stop the chatter, let's see how my new gear works. Ah, it's a huge difference. It's a huge well, there, they almost killed me. But still, yeah. This group could have easily killed me. Oh, okay. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between 324 and 332 in this case. Alright. Okay. I thank all of this knowledge to a very good friend in game, to Bass. Great guy that he has helped me a lot, infinitely, with all of this stuff. So yeah, the gear is finally, well, it's still a challenge, nice, but yeah, not what I was doing before. That was kind of like crazy. I think I'm beginning to take consciousness of the stupid things that I did, I guess, with all of that rating. Well, not stupid. It was a nice adventure, people. You must admit it. That fighting both Bailing and that droid last time, that droid boss that we fought, they were both really good challenges. Uh-huh. Alright, let's see this one. Like, I'll still take some precautions there. But doesn't matter. Let's go. Also, as you can see, I have a new rotation here with single target. Yeah. Okay, it's still a challenge, fortunately. Still a challenge. Still a challenge. Bane Death, how's it going, man? Yep, but now I have better gear. Now I have better gear. I got help in game, and now I'm at 332. I'm a bit better. By the way, Vaindeth, I whispered you last Sunday. I was doing flashpoints, and I whispered you several times. You play with the chat off, I think, to group ups for some flashpoints. I saw you were farming Hammer Station, and I was doing the same. So I said, let's group up to do that one. Anyways, we were doing the same. Yes, I do. I'm sorry. No, no worries, no worries, no worries. I thought so. I thought so because I said, well, one time I said, well, maybe he's just in Flashpoint. I said second time, no, he has the chat off. He has the chat off. There's no way. Well, yeah, I was also farming Hammer Station. Getting reacquainted with the concept of daily farming after 10 years. And yes. I could kill the droid though the other day, yeah? I don't know if you saw it while lurking. I could kill the droid last time. Pretty tough, but I could do it. I could beat that droid that you saw. I could beat that one. Balin was also a pretty good boss, but well, now I'm at 332. Finally, I did some war zones, and I'm finally at 332. It should be more than enough to finish this and an Eternal Throne on Master difficulty. Like yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yes, I generally when I'm doing flashpoints or whatever, I if I see someone online, I whisper them and tell them let's group up, let's do some flashpoints, especially if it's farming like that. Shit. Wow. Yeah. No, no gear improvement could have saved me from losing 50% of my health in one blow. But no worries, people. We are better than last week. We are in a much better position, believe it or not. We are in a much better position right now. Much better. Okay. Besides, with this rotation, all of the damage should be dealt up front at the beginning, so it should be even better. I'm colorblind and I miss a lot of chat, so I just turn it off. Next time, just send me a mail in games, and I will always check them. Oh, I'm sorry. No worries, Baindeath. I had another follower from Romania that had the same issue with a lot of the games, and anyways, doesn't it have an option for the Deuteronomia and Tryptanopia? They had included those. I saw them in the options. It had something like that. I don't know if it was they had for Deuteranopia or Tryptanopia, but in case you don't know, people, it's a different way the colors are kind of like interpreted by the eye. They are kind of like different cases, and that happens. For example, my dad didn't have that, but he never had perfect vision in that sense. So yeah, like short-sightedness, because of lazy eye. If you don't treat lazy eye when you are a child, then when you are older, then you get short-sightedness. In the case of my yeah, I'm Deuteranopia, but it doesn't help the chat. Just gear colors. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, because it's kind of like depending on which one of those are, it's the colors are different. The colors are different. It at least in another game in Jedi Fallen Order it was like that, and in the ones that I so far have seen. So it doesn't. It's for the chat, but not for the gear. Okay, okay. So bad, so sad. so that they don't account for those things in that sense. I have a new rotation, people, and as you can see, it deals all of the damage up front. It's very, very good. Quite efficient. I saw a lot of guides online of people making
Those schematics were right. Got us straight to the armory.
Don't enjoy it too much. We're surrounded
rotation
with stormtroopers down here. Detonating ion bombs. Listen to them pop.
rotation recommendations, and they make a critical mistake. All of them. All of them. They don't measure how to cut the what was it? The death marks. They don't measure how to cut the death marks correctly in a lot of cases. I've seen a lot of people recommending rotations because now you know that I've played at 70 for a lot of time, for the 2 months that I've returned to the game, and they don't account first for the situational problems that you can have while PvPing. For example, a lot of people, just for the sake of adding burst to the rotation, include life leech in the first cycle. They include life leech in the first cycle, and that is very risky. That is very risky because I've only returned in 2 months, but so far with the experience I had when I played the game back in 2015, the problem is that shock deals all of the damage retroactively. It deals all of the damage retroactively of the dots. And if you consume all of the death marks before hitting shock, then you are losing damage. Because the 15% extra damage, from the death mark, as you can see there, or 30% in the case of Creeping Terror with Downfall, you are taking the risk of losing it if you include life leech in the first cycle of the rotation, and I see a lot of people including it. And the second something happens, someone stuns you or whatever, not even that, well, not much I could do against that. The second that happens, you are in risk of losing the 15% extra damage retroactively of all of the dots that you accumulated. So it's better to take out life leech out of the first cycle of the rotation at least, because that way you secure the damage. It's something that, as I've said, they don't account for, and I wanted to comment before we get into the topic of analysis for today, because I've seen at least 3 people, 3 YouTubers doing that, and it is a very risky move. Like, you need to be stationary, not targeted, and not breaking the line of sight at all. I am lining direct damage and have the tactical that makes Bolt Rush multi-target that procs the Chain Lightning to be a free cast. Vein Death. Alright, well, Lightning. I never liked Lightning because of the type of damage. I think only Thundering Blast deals internal damage. That's why I personally never do Lightning. Instead, Madness does internal damage, which is much more powerful. In the case of Lightning, I think it's only Thundering Blast deals internal, then Crushing Darkness, which is the other version of Demolish, the original one, and Affliction. And in that sense, in accumulate, if the fight drags on and it accumulates, that's why I like more Madness. Also in PvP it's not viable because the Thundering Blast, that is the ability that concentrates all of the damage, because it's internal precisely, or most of the damage precisely, not all, but most of the damage, is easily interrupted unless you have a polarity shift on. I am doing a test, though, today. I am doing a test because everyone recommends Tempest of Row. For me, all of these concepts are new, people. I just returned, but doing a 20-minute math operation, I think they are wrong. because a lot of people say Tempest of Row is the best by default. This one makes Creeping Terror tick once more, only one more time, with a 50% chance per 4 ticks of one Force Lightning. One Force Lightning is 4 ticks. You have 50% on each of them to chance to proc another tick of Creeping Terror. I did the operation, and a single tick of Creeping Terror is, at least in my damage, is at my level of damage was 1,000. So internal damage just keeps armor, right? Indeed, that's the key, Baindef. That's the key. I had a I had a duel with some friends some weeks ago, and they also asked me, and precisely I explained them that the the reason why madness is so powerful, it's because most of the rotation is internal damage. So it skips armor, making sorcerers pretty much the only ones that can easily bypass Power Tech and Juggernaut's 30% damage reduction with the armor. Snipers can also do it with Virulence. Virulence is also very good, that's why I also love it. And it deals more single target damage in that sense. Or at least on par with Madness. But that's why, precisely against Lightning, yes, I like Madness. I have always been Madness, pretty much since I started playing. Uh, I tried it, Lightning and everything, but the damage reduction against armor and being so fragile for PvP that you can be interrupted all the time, for me, it's unviable. It's not viable. So I'm making a test. Today. I want to measure if I deal more damage, because Tempest of Row makes the Creeping Terror tick with a 50% chance, and that's the key that a lot of YouTubers don't pay attention to. 50% chance per tick. This one that everyone discards as a pile of crap, pretty much, this overwhelming offense tactical, it increases damage by 5%. But what's the key here? That is constant. It only lasts for 2 seconds. You have to be constantly dealing damage. But if you are fast enough, it is true that you need to be fast enough. But I want to see if I am fast enough. The 5% damage, I did the math operation, and first of all, it covers a whole completion of Force Lightning with the proc of Tempest of Row. A whole completion, right? You would need to get the 50% chance in the 4 ticks, in 4 checks. This already covers it by the end of the first cycle of the rotation. Second problem, Tempest of Row to trigger requires you to put Creeping Terror to activate it before Force Lightning. And while that's better to immobilize targets, there's a secret. People. There's a secret. Creeping Terror has a hidden, bugged effect in the skill tree that is not described. That downfall, you can see that it doesn't say it, right? It also, when it's activated, it ticks twice. So it deals a bit more of damage than this. And if you activate Creeping Terror before Force Lightning and then Death Brand, you are not taking advantage of that first tick's enhanced damage. So, I've done a lot of calculations, and with this rotation, it's much more powerful than the ones recommended by streamers or whatever. Because they don't account for, as I've said, first, they don't account for the situational problems you can have. like running out of the death marks because I don't know, the target broke the line of sight, which is very common in PvP, for example. Or you get stunned, and if you run out of those death marks, you lose a lot of damage. I would like to see which is better side by side, but how would you do that? Because merc fishes in PvP. Merc fishes. My crit is 35%, but before any spells, any spell procs, and that makes me instant cast on my rotation. You would like to be? Well, we can. Well, I'm not at full gear. As you can see, I'm still lacking, or at least that's what my other friend told me, that I'm still lacking the enhanced gear here, but it doesn't matter. I always deal high damage. We can group up Q for PvP, and you can measure if the difference in damage, maybe. If there's any difference in damage. Uh, of course, if the warzone is too fast, maybe I cannot execute the dots and their lightning will deal more damage because I cannot finish the rotation. But if I can finish the rotation, the fact that I merc fishes, murder noobs, no, murder noobs, merc fishes. How do you come up with those? I call it hugging kitties. I call it hugging kitties. well, more or less. We are there. Alright. We can do the test, if you like. You're not the first one who wants to... you're not the first one who wants to do that test with me. After you listen to me talk about it, you are not the first one. Well, we can do it. Let me finish this chapter and we can do it. You are not the first one. You are not the first one. It's not the first time someone I have had so far, and I'm not a genius already pro like that. I'm just someone who at least does the mathematical operations before getting to a war zone. But no, it's just that it will skip the armor of most targets. It will skip the armor of most targets. That's the thing. In your case, I'm not saying I'm better. I just would like to know because I'll switch if yours is better. No worry, don't worry. No worry. You are not the first one. As I said, uh, but I've told this to a lot of people. I'm not special in any way or anything at all. I just do the math operations and sometimes let's say it works. Yes, I have had 3 people so far ask me about how to deal more damage in PvP, but that doesn't make me pro or any shit like that. I despise people who just deal a bit more of damage and just because of that they think they are better than everyone else. In that sense, I've had a lot of people like that in Prophecy of the Five. So yeah, it's much more important to enjoy the game. But yeah, we can queue and we can measure it. No worries. Consider the gear I have, I guess. That is still not 100% perfect, and that the bolster is broken. If you have 340, the bolster will give you an edge. I've seen, and I don't have golden augments or anything. I can show you the gear, but still it should be high because of the math and skipping that. I have figured out what internal damage means. It never clicked for me just until now. Well, it's because of that. Yeah. It's because of that. It's because of that. Um, Precisely, it's something that a lot of people skip, and that's the problem. It's not that the only case in which lightning can deal more damage than madness on a mathematical level is if the warzone is so short, but at that point either you are winning completely or losing completely. It's so short that you cannot finish the rotation. If I cannot finish the rotation, yes, you will deal more damage, for sure. But yeah. Let's do it. Give me a sec. If I don't get killed, if I don't get killed, but this guy, well, you could see there that was very fast. For example, lightning would have never been able to get that one at that speed with that cut. for example. It was a problem back when Deathbrand wasn't a thing. Oh well. Now that we have that, they realized that Zorks were just way too squishy. And well, it'll be a good practice because I need to measure between Tempest of Row and this one. I think this one will be even higher than Tempest of Row. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Tempest of Row only affects Force Lightning. Granted, it should give you more damage at the beginning, but then since the other one affects all of the abilities and you don't know which one is going to crit, never in a war zone, it should deal more damage. That was just one enemy. Why did you die? No, it wasn't one enemy. It summoned a Sky Trooper and precisely they deal 50% of my health because of balance or whatever of the scaling. So far, it's been like that. I don't know. My gear is like at 336. Well, and this one's at 324 still. But I don't know. The scaling, I don't know. Maybe the gear is just way too low. It's on master mode, I guess. I don't know.
I smell like boiling grease down here.
But you can see that they deal 50% of my health, pretty much. In some blows. Like, look at that.
My team's hitting the reactor next. Down to 3 warriors, but they'll be enough. Good. Let's hope the newcomer and Torian find what they're looking for soon.
Like, look at that. Look at the pressure they put. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love that they finally created a balanced campaign, because pretty much this thing must have, these droids specifically deal an insane amount of damage. All right. But because I remember that the original campaign, look at that, that was only one blow, as you could see. In fact, if I hadn't, yeah, it has like a burst at the beginning that deals that damage. It has some kind of burst, like a snipe or something like that. I don't know, did you play this one on master mode? I bet you've done it on master mode, because so far it's a totally different percentage of damage, proportion of damage. Stun them. Yeah, yes, it's a good strategy, that one. But yeah, I should probably go for, yeah, it's right in my PvP build. I should go for this one to have the flash bubble. It's true. Yeah, I could go for that one to make it easier. It's just that. Oh well, here we go. Let's see. Ah, it also unsummons my companion out of nowhere. There we go. Alright. Here we go again, people. The boss of chapter 14. I guess this is the end. I bet this guy is going to summon some mobs. Alright, no matter. I am much better prepared this time than last week. Huh? Is there a grapple hook point or whatever? Aha! Told ya. Told ya, people. It was... No. Interesting. Aha. What level is your healer? 30. 30. 31. What? Just because I got out of the room. 31 is 31 is 31. Yeah. Pretty much. I'll need Unity and Heroic Moment. But I first want to see the mechanics. Oh, no wonder you're getting wrecked. What? 30 is not enough. It's not enough. Ah. That's the problem. It needs to be 50. I have to max out the healer. Oh, damn. Ah, then it's a miracle I made it this far, I guess. It makes a huge difference.
Reactivation complete.
50 is max, and they are huge difference in heals. Ah, well, now I feel proud of myself, I guess, that I made it this far. With a healer at 31. Ah, so you are actually meant to waste millions of credits on the stupid companion gifts. Right. Things were much easier when you could give them War Hero and Conqueror gear and call it a day. Now they make you farm like a fucking pig just to finish the stupid story content. Nice, nice strategy, Electronic Arts. Well played, but it won't kill me. He's hitting you for 50k, and level 50 will heal for 10k. Lol. Okay. Nice. It will be a much better challenge. Well, when I started this, my companion was level 10. I finished the first 9 chapters at level 10 companion. Now I feel proud of myself. See people? Now I feel proud of myself. Now I feel proud of myself. Commandos compendium is 4 million, and it makes them 50, levels them to 50 instantly. 4 million? No, I'm not paying 4 million for that. I'm not paying 4 million for that. What? Commanders compendium, sorry. Commanders, not commando. Commanders compendium is for me, and it makes them 4 million to have the well, maybe I'll have to just for one. But no, I'm at 30. Damn. Okay. If it gets out of hand, I'll take that one into account. Don't you miss Baindeth when we could just gear them up by doing PvP and giving them the Battle Master War Hero from level 0 to 50 instantly? Okay. So that's how they fuck up the economy of the game. Okay. That and the die modules for people to look as their tunes for the tunes to look just like people want. Okay, lol. Yeah, well, it's like that. It's part of the plan. It's part of the plan, Painted. It was much easier with giving them. You turn War Hero and you give them Battle Master gear, but no. The subscription is not enough. We need to milk the cows. We are the cows. Pretty much fucking up the ensuring that the economy of the game is fucked. Like, we need to ensure that. I see. No problem. They need to ensure. Yeah, I miss leveling to get them gear was more challenging. No, and besides it helped the PvP population of the game pretty much. Not instead of having. Let me heal. Let me life leech them. Break line of sight there. AoE stun. Oh no. I don't think so.
Running only delays the inevitable.
I need to leech that guy. Alright, you're going to summon more of them? Okay. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Now you're giving me your life like that, and that'll help me survive. That one said, and that one we mark it death. I'll leave it face walk here. Oh! Can't throw a grenade through walls. Yes. There we go. Except you're playing in engineering sniper and you can do the EMP detonation, but that doesn't apply here. Okay, I mean the having gear and it was more challenging. Yeah. They just milk the shit out of us, if you ask me. Like it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to grind the gear, but also now this. uh yeah,
Nasty
let's
chick.
imagine it's the other
Anyone's
companions.
still alive. There's a few hundred droids deploying to the lower levels.
Reinforcements to protect Gemini Prime. We have their attention.
I haven't forgotten about
Anytime
the
you bet
queue,
Gemini.
Now I
Hold 'em
finish the
off.
chapter and we can queue and we can measure
Gemini's
it.
key to beating the fleet.
No worries,
And Mandalore.
I haven't forgotten.
I overheard your friend Lana. We're not animals, not predators. We're warriors.
Lana and I don't agree on everything. I promise you that.
Then I shouldn't have said anything. Find Gemini. Retursier me.
You said all we had to do was watch Mandalorians die. So many are still alive. How anticlimactic.
I've never fought like this before. As if they have a cause they truly believe in. The Outlanders on Darvanis. Send the fleet.
Your ships will never arrive in time. If only you'd listened to me before, we could have had a pretty window.
I've spent too long on this throne. Summon my flagship.
Gladly.
Well, we're finally getting to the end. What did you know? I'm not even in game. I have to go to dinner at 5:30, and it's already. Sorry. Sorry, just because you wanted to do the test. We can do it whenever you like. Whenever you like, Bait Death. I have no problem. IQ in Warzones much later, precisely. You're at roughly 10 p.m. like that. Sometimes with groups, sometimes alone. No, I do. I just can do. I can today. No problem. No problems. Totally get it. Sorry sorry on my part that the chapter takes that much. I always despise it when people like to play with me either offline or online and they can't because of time constraints or me doing these stupid chapters. It's just that I want to recover my companions as well. I know we can do it. If you have the chat open, even today at night, I will be PvPing. I'll be PvPing. I have to reach Max Elite Warlord after all. That's why I returned to the game. Besides the fact that I variety play a lot of different games, and I didn't have a recording of my favorite game of all time. Besides that, I was sad that I didn't have a recording of me playing the game when I played so much since 2012 to 2015, and I didn't have a recording. But besides that, I want to reach Elite Warlord title, just max PvP, because it's very slow. It's very slow. Like I can tell you that it's the slowest ever. Like I played like. Had I not promised my GF I'd go, I would be on the game. No problem, please. No problem. Don't worry about it, Bane. Don't worry
The
about
flow
it.
is disrupted.
Don't worry about it.
There are no sanctions.
Don't worry about it. We can do it whenever you like, even offline. We can do it even offline. You can do it even offline.
Tracing
Or I log a lot during the week. No worries.
but it is not Gemini.
No worries.
What is it?
Anyways, I'm not at full gear. It'll be well.
No.
A lot of people hate me because of that DPS, but
Aliens.
yeah, those that are not psychos do love me. I so yeah.
Generations
Yeah.
removed.
Well, I'll be at full gear and
One soul.
and it'll be an even better comparison. But no worries,
The signal
no worries.
confuses.
Whenever you like, I love doing those tests, comparing the different combos, the different skill tree choices, those things. I love that. Tell me more.
One source, one code base. Where is it you and Scorpio come from?
This is not your concern. Remove the unit. The engine was not aware, but it gives capacity. It allows the captain's memories locked. Gemini is not designed for interaction. Remove the unit. Countering signal. Removal from this facility is delicate. Shutdown is permissible, but requires multiple disengagements and reconfigurations.
We can't delay here while the Mandalorians
So the
are
problem
fighting.
was the companion, actually, not the gear. Interesting.
Initiating sequence.
Quite interesting. Hmm.
All forces. The template unit is secure.
This is Mandalore. We've done enough damage and claimed enough plunder. All warriors, retreat to camp before we're dead.
Things were much simpler in my day, I guess. I'm kind of like those a grumpy grandpa ancient Sith Lord that awakes and 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 says, "What have these younglings done with my game? What's this? Companion influence?" And the other one was the other day I discovered that you can that you can augment uh, that you can upgrade green gear to blue, and it was like mind blowing for me. Was so used to just farm for artifact and at the PvP vendor, and then go to the elite PvP vendor, and that's it. It's a process of reacquaintance with this game.
You look like Osik.
Why is my
Clangadera
game dumbed
survives
down
another
and
battle.
pay to make it even easier?
Guess we're both alive.
Great question. Great question.
For Mandalore the Avenger.
Great question.
Victory for
Because
the
they need to milk
Our
us,
gears
the
were
little
still grinding.
cows. They are
It's
kind
mostly
of like
offline,
milking us,
and we're
the little
rearmed for the
cows.
first time in years.
Like
Thank you,
yeah,
Spark,
they're
for
like
bringing the chance to us.
what was
The
a
glory
no?
days of
The
the
worst
Mando
perp.
Day
The
are
worst
dead.
is something that I was told the other day. You need to do ops to get the best gear, and because bolster is broken,
Ah, Como.
my
Great
teeth are
job.
really tiny.
It was a good battle, but I can't stop them.
Electronic Arts
They better
does not
reclaim
care.
honor for
Electronic
their
Arts
men,
does not
not
care, trust
machines.
me.
And Zakal
Electronic
won't get
Arts
enough.
does not care about that Bane Death at all. They will go after you, after you. They don't care. They don't care. The other day, to subscribe, Broadsword now, right? Yes, Broadsword now. The ones that keep Ultima Online alive, but the director is the same. The director of BioWare Austin, Texas, is still in charge of the game, so it's the same. It changed the development name, but it's the same people. The same guy that was at launch is still directing the game. Oh yeah. And they are the ones that keep Ultima Online alive, Broadsword. But they just do the maintenance server, I think. But yeah, pretty much.
We
Um,
can't stop them. And we both
the
know
thing
the
is
Impulse
that
will destroy
the other
the
day,
structure.
customer service,
The
right?
old guard wants
Customer
the glory days
service.
back.
Very
Fine,
polite. In
leave
that
it.
sense,
You
I
support
cannot
peace.
complain. Very polite.
Something closer to
I couldn't subscribe. I couldn't subscribe. The same one dude keeping the server cool by blowing on it.
Torian, you looking to march all over the galaxy again?
No, the
I had
server
enough
is shit because of
punch-out
the
games that
hero
war.
engine. Because of the engine that they use.
Yeah.
The engine that Electronic Arts forced
Young
on
leaders.
BioWare
For now, then,
Austin
I'm granting
back
your
in
request.
2011.
Vor Inti,
If I
Mandalore.
remember the story
If this alliance is
correctly
going to work
from
out,
10 years
you need a
ago
clan
when I
representative at
was
your
16
side.
playing the
Someone
game
to liaise
and
with
read
enemy
it,
and keep
yes,
you
it's a
alive.
hero
I
engine.
volunteered.
The
Seemed
most
more interesting than
crappy
anything here.
engine of Electronic Arts. the most crappy engine that they had. They forced it as an experiment on this game. The same as Mass Effect 3. The same. If I am not mistaken, it's that one. The same as Mass Effect 3.
You were willing to sacrifice yourself.
No, I
Have you
wanted to
used every
subscribe
question?
because you know that I was
Proud to have
70.
you with me.
So he can use a
Let's save the
paper fan
galaxy.
instead of blow.
Tersamy. Until next time, both of you.
You know one of the stories at the beginning of the game. Ilum, PvP open world PvP, trying to mimic World of Warcraft. They were the first tests before the Grey event and even everything. Open world PvP, Ilum. Republic against Empire. Yeah, yeah. He knows the story, people. He knows the story. For those of you who don't know, open world PvP. Ilum sucked. Mm. Republic versus Empire. The developers of the game were on Republic side. Not the director, maybe, but I don't know if it was the director, but the developers of the game, let's just say. Ilum. Republic side, right? Empire players generally uh, the age distribution was that kids that wanted to play the game played Republic and older people played
You're concerned
Empire.
about the clan's rearming. You did think about what I said.
Also,
Back to Mandalore.
also,
She knows
they were
Tony
more
is one of the
experienced.
cool
Do you have
forces
Republic characters as well? Yeah, the first ones that I did, but I don't use
That
them.
sounds
I
unusually
have my
reasonable.
first character was
Have you examined Gemini?
a Jedi Shadow,
Studying
a
her
Jedi
mind
Shadow
now.
that is still level
Doing some
55.
kind of obliterating
That is still level 55. It's on the other server. I don't use it. And here I have real question. And then a Juggernaut. A Juggernaut, no, a Guardian. And also at level 55. I left them like that. Don't use them. I use this one, a Sniper, that I've already transferred, and my Juggernaut. That were the last three characters I made, pretty much. So, open world PvP Ilum, the Empire players were wrecking the Republic faction with the developers in the middle of the fray, and one of them in the launch had to say, "Stop farming the Republic base or we'll ban you all." Stop farming people, you are being toxic. Yes, it happened. Didn't see it, was told by no one but some people that it was like that. And it was like that. And it was like that. Stop farming the base, you toxic pigs. Stop farming. Stop farming us. It was open world PvP. It wasn't a war zone. It wasn't a war zone. It wasn't like pushing up to the end of the war zone. It was like taking the whole base and not being able to exit the zone at all. You were trapped because you would respawn at the base that was already taken, World of Warcraft style. So yes, stop farming. So toxic. In your opinion, does it feel like the Republic side characters create more and have less resource problems than Imperial characters? Aren't they mirrors? I don't know. I play 90% of the 99% of the time Imperial. Aren't they mirrors, the skill trees? Ah, you mean like a bug. Maybe you mean like a bug, like they have a bias. They are supposed to be. Ah, yeah. Think I read something about that. Ah, you mean like an unaddressed bug that is not recognized. Well, I wonder if it's documented on bulk. Bulk uh, is actually quite precise regarding those bugs, much more than other sources like Reddit, for example. Bulk addressed all of the bugs. Haven't read that one, but that's kind of like a chatter that I've heard. Something like that, that they have kind of like different stats to account for how 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 there was a difference in skill, maybe something like that.
Even if we get on board, the
Ah,
in the fleet will
interesting.
sky before we have a chance to
I don't know. They create more
have
and
to
less
fight the entire
resource
fleet.
problems, like
And
better
after the ships need
regeneration.
transport runs from the core worlds all the time. And once
But I feel
Scorpio
like on
contracted
Republic side I
Gemini,
create more and my
I already
resources on
possess that
Commando and
functionality.
Smuggler don't get
I
exhausted as
completed my
quickly.
analysis of the Gemini
Well, they are
communication
classes that I
channels
haven't
when you
played precisely. My specialty is ranged with Sniper and Sork, and well, you could say Juggernaut. But interesting. Well, you can measure it. You can measure it against not a dummy, because against a dummy it doesn't die, so you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Activate the percentages on the bars like I have them on the options. Go to take out the relics. Take out the relics because those will boost power. Those will boost power and mastery, and that will increase the base damage. That's what I would do. Instead of going against a dummy,
when you said you'd have the information soon,
go to, I don't know, the black
The
hole,
Prime is a
to the
lesser
black hole
version of my original
against
design.
the Torvix war droids that have very high armor, so they are quite
I'm currently
resistant.
tracking
That's
down
what
a
I do.
vessel in a nearby sector.
And without the relics,
It is
and without the
scheduled to make
companion,
a
of
stop to
course,
recharge its
without
cargo
them,
very soon. By my
do
calculations,
one
with the
cycle of the
interceptor near
rotation.
Yuri,
Do one
I do not
cycle of
think
the
a similar
rotation
opportunity will present
and
itself
see
in
the
foreseeable
percentage of
future.
health.
good.
See how it ends up.
Next time,
That's what I do
take
to
it
measure.
right.
It's much better than a target dummy, because a target dummy, it has to be it's either an operation boss or a player, and the armor is in that sense maybe not efficient for measuring that. The resource exhaustion, well, there I don't see it, but okay, Juggernaut versus Guardian. My action bar pretty much stays 75% or above on Guardian, and Jag it drops to 30%. The same rotation. Ah. Yeah, but in the case of Juggernaut, it's with charges, with 12 charges. It's with 12 charges. Make sure you're using the same skill tree. You're using the same skill tree, of course. Same skill tree.
First of all, you'll be severely outnumbered and outgunned. Every last
Like,
Skytrooper
if
aboard
it's
will
immortal,
rush
use immortal. If
Bridgeport.
it's rage, use
Standard
rage.
procedure
If it's
every
vengeance,
time
use
rebels attack a
vengeance.
ship in the Eternal Fleet.
Same skill tree. Go to Black Hole. Torvix War Droid that has the armor. Exact same in every choice. Okay, so same skill tree, same build, same everything. And against an armored target. Not the dummy. Against an armored target. It has more. It has to be a bag exact same in every. It could be.
Somewhere in the triple digits. Possibly more.
And the damage is the damage different, because you also mentioned the crit. Finish one cycle of the rotation. Only one cycle. One cycle. Don't keep going, because otherwise that will do. That's what I do, and it has been efficient so far.
The Gemini series
Like
cannot
one
act on
cycle.
its own.
One cycle, like
Gemini Prime.
I don't know, saber
Who
throw,
do you serve?
force
I
charge,
serve the
smash,
Empire's commander.
ravage. Well, in my case, I do taunt and crashing blow, then retaliation, retaliation, and then force scream and which was the last one, the saber throw, the final saber throw, the final saber throw. Like one cycle. Do only one cycle without stuns. See what exact percentage you each of them leaves them at. Because there, since it's against an armor target, there won't be a problem of missing attacks against an operation boss that is the dummy or whatever. Finish one cycle with one, see the percentage with the other one. Then it can be that one of them did a crit and the other one didn't. repeat it until you have an average. In my case, it was like that when I measured the most efficient madness rotation. I did it like that. I did it like that, and in a cycle of the rotation, I could kill the droid with certain choices, and with a different cycle of the rotation, I couldn't. And I think, in my opinion, it's always the best to do all of the damage up front.
How good are you in a fight?
I do not share Scorpio's self-improvement directive, but I mirror her base capabilities in every other way, including full combat protocols.
We can't risk the Prime taking any damage. Leave her here until we secure the ship.
I will accompany you. No one is better suited to anticipate our enemy's moves.
I still think you're keeping secrets from me.
The Gemini units are not my allies. They are inferior abominations, pathetic imitations of a much greater being. Their very existence.
Haven't tested it on damage, just on golds in Corellia, and one rotation on Imperial leaves the gold with like 20 to 25%, but Guardian kills or leaves it at 15% or less. Well, there you will see the difference. Make sure you do it a lot of times, because it could be that one crited and the other one doesn't. But if it's a constant, the difference in percentage is clear that there's a difference. It's an unaddressed bug, then. I don't know. I have a theory for that class as well. That is, the animations of Guardian are smoother, I think, but still it should be the same stat-wise. Could be the only explanation at that point.
Vital functions improve.
On dummy, no, because on the dummy you won't have the armor to address for it, and if it doesn't have the armor, the attacks that precisely deal the internal damage, the dummy, well, it depends on which one you use, because there's operations and wars on dummy. But you can see how I expose the difference clearly with that. Is a test that I do. I have like at least 5 days of dailies on each, and I feel weaker on Imperial. If you see that it's a constant, if you just repeat the process and it constantly gives you 20 to 25 B against 15 on the same skill tree, same everything, well, there you have your proof. It's much better proof than anything you can find online. If it's constantly same gear, of course, same gear rating, it's the same gear rating, same augments, same gear as well, not only the skill tree. If it's the same gear as well, it could be the gear, I guess. Otherwise, because it's a lot of difference, 10%. Like in one cycle, yes, it's nothing. But imagine in a whole warzone for 20 minutes for each cycle, it's a lot. Make sure the gear is the same. The gear, check the gear. Augments, stimulants, datacron. Well, datacrons are shared across Legacy now. It could be something like that. Datacrons, steams, and gear, check, including augments for the equipment. It could be those. Gear rating, steams, not exactly, but same end results. All numbers match up in details list. Okay. It could be the difference in gear then, I guess. The tactical, I don't know, but try to make them as similar as possible, and with the same gear, and against the Torvix war droids, precisely, that those are very armored, so especially for Sork is also very useful for me. I use those to measure as well. They are heavily armored, so there you will see, well, in the Torvix war on the Torvix war droids, you will see the difference between madness and lightning a lot. a lot. You will see there the huge difference if you compare one cycle and of lightning and another one of madness. In that sense, there you will see how, due to the fact that madness bypasses the heavy armor of the droid, how lethal it can be. Precisely. Well, it's needed. People, after all, don't think that I'm recommending Bane Death or anyone else just madness because for no reason or whatever. It's just that precisely Sorks. A lot of people say that we are all OP. It's not the case. Sorks don't have defenses at all, except for it's only force speed and the barrier every 2 minutes and a half or 3 minutes. Sorks don't have a lot going on for them besides what I just described. That's why the damage has to be the only class that bypasses armor, kind of like in most of the rotation. In that sense, don't think also, because I see a lot of people say Sork is OP, is for idiots who don't know how to play the game. No, sniper will get you more damage. Sniper will get you more damage. The thing is that someone who does know how to play Sork can be as powerful as a sniper. In that sense, still more vulnerable because Juggernauts can jump on us and more others and whatever. And now those crazy power techs. That's a class I need to play. The power tech is a pending depth. It will be my next one. In that sense. So yeah, swords really don't have a lot of defenses. That's why the damage has to be like that. Precisely. In fact, Virulence Sniper hits harder. It hits much harder. The thing is that if you know how to play Madness Sword, you can match that Virulence Sniper. But it's more difficult because it's a broken rotation. Madness, in case you don't know, people, has always been. It wasn't designed originally correctly.
Hello?
It wasn't designed correctly.
Ah, couldn't read ya. This line's for intelligent questions only.
It kind of like forces the player to give priority to raw power rather than synchronizing
almost to the hangar.
The abilities with each other. It's kind of like it's a chain of high damage. It's just a chain of high damage.
Ready to commandeer, Commander?
Did you really just say that?
Let it go, Theron.
Alright, I'm getting to the end. Let's see if I can beat it. I presume it's the end. Going back to companions, it's basically 3-4 million in gifts and all that time wasted giving the gift to them, or 3 dark projects and the commander's compendium for 3.75 million and insta 50. Okay, so I got 3 options. The first one that you mentioned originally, 3-4 million in gifts, all that time wasted giving the gifts to them, 3 dark projects, that's through crafting. I'd rather create golden augments with that. 3-4 million wasted, and the time wasted, the cost of opportunity, of course. Yeah, but not the money in the first option of the gifts, because, for example, I got to 30 without paying the gifts, just doing quests. I got it to 30 without paying for the gifts. They were kind of like rewards from quests, like, pretty much. It was rewards from quests. All of them were rewards from quests.
No point in waiting around.
For example, but I'm at 30. I'm not at 50. That's the thing. I meant if you wanted to level a fresh company. Okay. Yeah. But the you can skip them with diplomacy, I think. With diplomacy, you could, and then with um, the rewards from Odyssey, the rewards from Odyssey
Neither do I.
that I just
have little
discovered.
choice.
Like, I have the thing with HK is that he doesn't like most of the gifts. Yeah. Hey, I think we're getting to the end, people. But diplomacy costs money as well. Yeah, but much less. Each mission is, let's say, what, 2k creds, 2k creds, I think, 2k creds, and 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 so, yeah, but those are, yeah. The thing is that now the last 20 levels that I have for this one, because I already have 30, I should go for the first option. I should go for the first option because I already have 30. Should be much less than the average 3 to 4 million. Damn it! I cannot believe that they went for this. 2k creds and 3 or 4 means per mission. Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true. You need to be patient. It's true. It's true. It's true. And they can also fail the mission. They can also fail the mission. It's true. It's true. They can also fail it. Hey, nice ship. Oh? Hey, I think I'm at the end, people, huh? Let's see if I can beat it with HK at 30. I think I can. With my new rotation and gear. I think I can. Make your bets. Make your bets, I can.
What's going on?
Deliver what?
You, the metallic life form.
I have too many characters to cry over 4 million creds. No, in my case, no. In my case, no, because I only PvP. That doesn't reward you a lot. They should have increased the money they give you. Like,
Surely I must be the superior monk.
consider this. I made it to 95 Baylor on 3 characters, right? My Juggernaut, my Sniper, and my Sorcerer. 3 characters, 95 Baylor. I have 14 billion credits. Tell me the secret how to do that, because I am terrible at that. I just PvP and, well, I wake up, I return to the game, and my Sniper had 8 million. Only at 95 Baylor on 3 characters. And that Baylor was capped, because I was preferred by the end of 2015. So, with Baylor capped, that I was getting it at a very reduced rate. Level 95, 3 Warlords, halfway there to Elite Warlord. I should have the same money as the PvEers who have been running operations for years and years and years. And I don't, because I just like doing war zones. And that's the case. That's the thing. No, I would love to do operations, but as we discussed the other day, first of all, crazy Discord rules prevented me from doing that. And yeah. I want to believe that if I do operations, it will be much more. No, your other option is to buy with real money some shit on the cartel market and sell it for a lot of credits. But then you are tied up, because if you unsubscribe for only 1 month, then all of those credits will go to the escrow. And if you put them in your legacy cargo hold, you won't be able to buy your little juicy stuff over at the GTN. Because the cap is 1 million. Because the cap is 1 million. In that sense.
Geminis can only do as they're told, isn't that right? Your attempt to irritate me is pointless, as you ought to know. I may only conclude that you are intellectually deficient. You may all die now.
Won't open.
She split us up.
Here come the Sky Troopers.
Wit, strategy. This mind is inspired by my own after all.
I'm not
She's
worried.
still just a droid, and droids can be broken.
What a Dreadmaster would say.
Do not underestimate our enemy. The next few minutes should prove quite interesting.
Oh, they will. I scrapped up the credits to get a hyper crate of the Ultimate Cartel pack. Sorry, now which one is better? And split that into the 30. Okay, wait. Hang on a second. Wow, well, anyways, I need my HK at least at level 30. So how do they pretend you to do this when they give you companions level 1? Like, there. I scrapped up the crates to get a hypergrade of Ultimate Cartel packs and split that into the 30 packs and sold the packs to make more money. Then rinse and repeated till I was a billionaire and I opened a hypergrade and sold all of the contents a few times, and now I have a bank full of shit and a bunch of crates. Okay, through the cartel market. Ultimate and hyper crate of ultimate cartel packs and split that into 30 packs and sold the packs more money. Wow. Wow. See? I might do a lot of math, but you are the master of selling stuff. Hyper crate of the ultimate packs sold the pack to repeat to the... But did not spend any cardle coins. Ah, okay. So people buy the hyper crate ultimate cardle pack. They are like loot boxes that people don't see the content probably. That's the key. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. Yeah, so they don't see the content, so it's at random. Yeah, they are chance boxes. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the thing. Well, the problem is the market, people. It's the market. It's the market. But yeah. I would never buy something that I don't know what the fuck is inside of it. Oh well. Personal choice. I would never do that shit. But yeah, hey, there's people for everything, I guess. And they kept buying to get the correct one. Okay, yeah. The thing is that, all right, I have to go. It's after 5:30. I might get chewed out. No worries, Bendis, and thanks for your company always, every single second, and helping me the other day. Sure, I deeply thank you. Thanks for your company, the chat, and everything. Always thank you for your company. That's I always mention it to all of my viewers. It's the most valuable thing I get out of Twitch. It's absolutely irreplaceable. It's absolutely irreplaceable for me. I deeply enjoyed chatting with all of you. All right, people. All right, let's see if we can finish this thing. If we finish, then what's that? Oh, I cannot sell it. Okay, so it's all right. Ah, by the way, people, I have to show you something. I snagged instead of precisely buying loot boxes. Precisely, I snagged a very succulent offer the other day. Look at this shit. 20 million is the cost right now, and I paid 1 million. 1 million. Someone posted this one for 1 million. The statue of Dreadmaster Brontes. From Dread Fortress. I did it once, that operation, and pretty much beautiful statue. I wanted this one, and I got it for only 1 million. It's 20 million credits. Normally, you can see how beautiful it is. Very beautiful. So there I can have a reminder of the wings of the architect that I don't have, to never lose hope to get them. Same goes for the crest. And yes, so there we have them. I don't care. Blah blah blah. We get us. All right, so from here I should be able to summon HK at least. Should be. From me, I cannot imagine doing this with level 1 companions in that sense. 31. So I have to level up the companion. That's the key. That's the key, people. That's the key. Okay, let's go. Gemini, Deception, whatever. Let's go. Let's go. I bet I'm able to beat it. I bet I'll be able to beat it. There we go. Now it should work. Yeah, the worst part of this is that the official way of doing this, it's with level 1 companions. Like, crazy, absolutely crazy. Like, imagine if I can with level 31, imagine what it would be at fucking level 1 that you are actually supposed to, in that sense. Alright, let's see. Let's see. This one's going to be tough. Oh, come on. Darn it. Yep, this wasn't my brightest idea. Shit, was close though. Was quite close.
Systems ready.
All right. Let's try this. I just need a second. I should go for the mobs first. Oh my god, it's the Sky Troopers, the source of the damage, not this guy. It's the Sky Troopers, the 4 of them on top of me. Like that. It's the stupid Sky Troopers.
Master.
Well, there we go.
Make a mark, you. Nothing personal. Yes, not moving yet.
Stay down there. Stay down there. Hold them. Arr. No, the other one. Shit, was close. Was more close than you could think. The good thing of this is that you return over here.
Weapons charged.
The bad part is that you need to. This looks like a good spot. This is it. I'll kite them from here. Don't you worry, people. I got this more under control than you could think. Here they come. That's right. Come over here. Now's the moment. We break line of sight.
I will cover you, Master.
Indeed you will. Alright, let's see. Wait for the cooldowns. Wait for the cooldowns. Enhance my armor. Resurgence enhances my armor. Got that one. And we pop the barrier. We'll reactivate that. I wanted to get. I should have gotten more power out of the barrier. I should have let it charge, but still had no time. I had to save HK, otherwise it would have died. Oh shit. That's it. Take that. Now even if they kill me. we go. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. See? Told you I would do it, people. Well, we are still not out of this mess yet. I'm already losing money there. Oh well, no matter. So now I have the key.
You okay over there?
Could say so.
Nothing we couldn't handle. You? Yeah, we're all good here. Tried to open the blast door, no luck. Maybe Scorpio can take a crack at it.
I am not presently in a position to override the captain's controls.
Avsenya and Lana, focus on the door. Between the three of us, we'll open it.
Toxic gas.
Some kind of gas venting in. We have to keep moving.
I've sent coordinates to a suitable meeting place. You survived my initial assault, but there's nowhere my skytroopers cannot find and extinguish you.
This is what it's like to listen to you, in case you were wondering.
I almost feel like I should apologize. She'll adapt now. Expect her next move to be even less direct.
She's based off your design. Can't you predict what she'll do?
I just did. I predict she'll be unpredictable. Quiet. She wants to see what we can do. I suggest we oblige her.
Banas, search the battle cruiser for useful technology. Okay, if you say so, I guess. Interesting. Interesting. Useful technology. A prototype EMP grenade. Another mail. Okay, they send you mails like crazy.
Master.
This one, perhaps. Where's manual control device? What? I think that was the main. I think that was the main object. Alright, people. The topic of analysis for today. Oh. Oh, what? It's an ambush. I need to summon my companion. Nice. Shit. It unsummoned it. No level would have saved me there. Going back to the topic of analysis for today, people. The relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics. Worst case I've ever seen, honestly, worst case I've ever seen is Kingdoms of Amalur. In that game you can just spam potions and complete the game perfectly. Right? That's the thing. That's the thing. What the? Gas? What kind of joke is that? Now you guys take the gas, I guess.
I will cover you, Master.
Interesting way of dealing with the gas.
I've analyzed your combat tactics. Your inefficiencies will be factored into future encounters.
If you say so. Well, I guess it was this way. Huh? What was that? Yeah, the way she has to beat me is by unsummoning my companion. That's cheap. I think not. What was the point of unsummoning my companion there?
Ready. The Maker marked you. Nothing personal.
Search the battle cruiser for useful technology. Okay, I will go back there and search. There we go. Alright, through here, or was this a dead end? Like, how do you access that shit? I think I could access that shit. Well, to hell with it. Maybe through here? Was it? Requires manual control device. Throw a stupid grenade at it. Requires manual control device.
Reactivation complete.
Manual control device. Alright. Right, no. Has to be over there, I guess. I mean, there are many possibilities. People, as I was saying, the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics. In Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, it's the worst case scenario. You can just spam potions and that's pretty much it. You will beat the game. In the case of MMORPGs, as you can see, I use the Steam packs, for example. I use the Steam packs here, like in Knights of the Republic, for example. But it's the same. It's the same philosophy as the potion. Wait, what? 8 EMP grenades.
Yes, this will do.
What are you up to?
In that sense,
I've had enough of her sky troopers, her false sense of superiority. Hello, Captain. What are you doing? What I've been planning ever since you first opened your mouth. I'm going to erase you. No, you cannot. I know every node, every relational array. So much like mine, yet simpler. You cannot do this. My defenses won't allow it.
Ah, they were
You
robots.
sound as though you have a choice, but that's your failing. You have the makings of a great being, but you are not a being at all. In the end, you are only a droid. I am not your offshoot. I am your replacement. How are you? Impossible. No. You were one of a kind once. Now you are outdated and inferior. You've been rendered obsolete. I can't.
Scorpio!
I guess we're pretty close to the end, people, huh? I think we're pretty close to the end.
I understand you're both upset, but there was no way to know they would recruit the Mandalorians of all people.
At what point do you tell me something that keeps you from decorating the bottom of the spire?
But I don't deserve that.
Yes, I know. It's going around.
Valen, enough play. We have them. The Outlander and Mother. Trying to take one of our ships. The fools.
The day is here. I feel it this time. I really do.
As I was mentioning, the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics.
You mistake me. My silence comes not from doubt, but from certainty.
In most MMORPGs, pretty much, you can use only one potion per fight.
This one just completely flipped out on us. I lost juice to everything, jammer included. Power's back now, but this is not good.
Including World of Warcraft, as the most popular example, but also in Star Wars The Old Republic. You can also only use one. In this case, instead of a potion, it has a different name, a med pack. But the key here, people, the subjacent, the underlying consequence that this has is that you cannot endlessly spam potions like in a lot of isometric action RPG games. For example, take as an example Diablo 2, Diablo 3. That one has a cooldown. And as I always mention, the idea with the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics is that that the player shouldn't be able to endlessly spam potions. There should be a fail-safe. There should be a fail-safe that always ensures that skill takes a predominant role over potion spamming. In the case of Diablo 3, for example, it's the cooldowns of the potions. In the case of Diablo 2, you can endlessly spam them, but the damage of the mobs will be so high that they will be able to out-DPS the potion spamming. In Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, you don't have that, for example. A cooldown, or in the case of Sacred 2, for example, it doesn't have a cooldown, but it has an even better way of handling that through a negative proportion of the economic system of the game, by creating a negative proportion on the economic system of the game, for example. And yes. And precisely, there always needs to be, as I always mention,
Goes to show your old boss didn't know what he was doing.
I guess not. I'll figure it out somehow.
The inferior model has been eliminated, and I have sent an alert signal to Zakur. Emperor Arkan is on his way. You may want to leave before you die, too.
After what you've done, I'm not leaving until you're destroyed.
Death wish it is, then. Understood.
Commander, we found the ship's cargo from the core worlds. You'll want to see it for yourself.
Scorpio's gone. The captain destroyed her.
Oh. She did serve us well. One less problem on our hands, I suppose.
She tried to help us. We should be more considerate.
You're right. That was impolite of me.
The gravestone had a glitch. The captain sent a signal through to Arkan.
The rest of the Eternal Fleet will be coming our way. We don't want to be here when they show up. But we found something that changes the plan. We should regroup. I'll send Senya to assist you.
So in that sense, the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics, oh poor Scorpio. Oh well. I noticed that in this expansion, the only thing that they only kill droids. I don't know if you noticed. First HK and then this one. Yeah, pretty much. Rendezvous with Xenia. Let's go. Let's do it. Summon my droid, my eternal stalwart red master HK. The key here, people, is that there always needs to be a failsafe that prevents the player from just spamming potions, eliminating the importance of the rest of the game mechanics. That is the key. That is the key.
No one should be alone in this place.
Why did she have that expression on her face?
Fine by me.
Why did they have? Why they do that? I know. I have to go back to the stronghold. I can't imagine doing this at level 1. Having companion level 1. Having a companion. So the problem was the level of the companion, not my gear itself. Interesting. Interesting. I'm glad now I know the problem. I'll have it fixed for next time then. Oh well, we're at the end. That means it'll be even more epic. What the? Home of it, I don't know, people use these machines, blah blah blah, they keep sending you mails. Like it. Let's go, we have to finish that balance there. Alright. So the problem was a companion level. Interesting.
I am at your command.
Alright, back to the probes. Let's go, people, huh? We're close to the end. What's this? An insta-kill. An insta-kill if you don't hit fast enough. Alright, let's not pull any punches. Come on. Oh, they also give you conquest objectives for completing the story. Resource gathering. So yeah, the key is that it always needs to be a failsafe. In the case of Star Wars: The Republic and World of Warcraft, what's the failsafe? That you can only use it once per... Let me throw a grenade. What? Wait, what? Requires manual active. Search the battle cruiser for you. Manual active. Well, dude. What's the manual activation? Can I activate something? I don't think so. But yeah, that's the key. There always needs to be a failsafe, and the solution. There always needs to be a failsafe for the relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics, so the player doesn't just spam potions. And the key here is that Dungeons and Dragons 4.0 here, the way they solved it has been by limiting the usage of potions to one per fight. That's the solution they came up with. No negative economic relationship in that sense, because they cost credits, but nothing as crazy as the penalty of Sacred 2 if you died a lot, and definitely nothing like in Diablo 3 that has a cooldown. Here they don't have a cooldown. They have a cooldown in PvP, for example. The Warzone Med Pack, for example. You can see that it has a 1 minute and a half cooldown, for example. But that's just for PvP. As you can see in PvE, in player versus environment, it's just, hang on a second, there we go. It's just 1 per fight. There we go. 1 per fight. Pretty much. Pretty much.
I
Here.
never pressed this button before. Oh, fascinating.
Ah. Okay, this is copied from the first boss of Metroid Prime 1. Ah. Okay. Escape the sun generator. What? I just escaped by doing this? It just gives you more credits. Huh.
I am at your command. I kill to
Ah.
serve.
They are sequential, okay. They are sequential. Alright, alright. Oh, damn it. That's very fast. There we go. Oh shit. Don't think so. Oh, no. That was so close.
Weapons charged.
So yeah, 1 per fight. Is it a better solution when compared to the others? Or worse? In that sense? Well...
Your moves are so predictable. I might as well let you come straight for me.
Weapons charged. I kill to serve.
But pretty much, it's more strict. It's more strict in that sense. It's more strict than having a cooldown. For example, or having, I don't know, the instead of a cooldown, I don't know, a negative economic relationship, so you have to increasingly pay more for potions. Is it better or worse? Well, it's more strict, as I said to begin with. I would say that, once again, the best system was that of Sacred 2, and I would have added a cooldown, maybe. But the system of Sacred 2 was very elegant in that sense. It was very elegant. I loved how they handled, in a very subtle way, a negative economic proportion with the internal clock system of the game. So the potions would be more and more expensive the worse you played. In that sense, I think it was the most elegant solution I've seen in a while. So yeah, I would say that one is superior because it is directly tied to the performance of the player. And in the case of this one, it's kind of like more strict. It's kind of like more strict. But still efficient. I would say it's still inferior to that because the other one was a bit more natural. This one feels like very static, very static and strict. So yeah, why is it important? Because you don't just spam potions. A cooldown is also a good solution, as they did for PvP that sounds. So yeah, another great option. Well, what now? We're trapped. Somehow we survived that shit. Right. Not many places to go. Like, that one's dead. Oh, was so fast they didn't even register the keystroke.
Plot efficiency.
Alright, what now? That one's dead. What the? Aha, there were more. Back there. Corners, corners, use corners. And there I detonate only with one. Detonated only with one, and it worked. HK, get up, come on.
Repaired.
Indeed.
Body count rising.
There we go.